Today is February 11th. It's my older son's birthday, and it's also the date that I chose to release this demo version of For You to Open. I'm currently working on quite a few songs with Monica Page Subia producing, and she really liked just the piano vocal version of this and suggested that we release it as a single, and I decided to do that. So this song, available now on all platforms, so you can go listen to it, is about my dad and my childhood, I guess, and I guess kind of the not frustration, but the kind of feeling of powerlessness that I had as a child, feeling like I was maybe not enough, which wasn't the case, but because of his own, issues, because we all have issues, right? That he brought into that dynamic, it always felt like he wasn't, like we weren't enough to make him feel loved, and that's kind of what this song is about. So, he went off and chased this life in France. So I'm not sure if all of you know, but I grew up half of my childhood in France, and really like most of my childhood, I kind of like to say, because even when we weren't living there permanently, which was about 9 years, we were always going back there, like for vacations and summers and stuff. So it was a significant, part of my life. And part of the song is this irony that, he felt out of place. So he took us somewhere where we felt out of place. And my brother had a very different experience of this, but I always felt very much alien in this place of France. I think partly because I was female. I think it's a lot easier for guys, but also just because I'm an introvert, and it was challenging being an American in the French school system for many years, and with parents that didn't speak the language. I think that that's also something that I really am compassionate to, with people whose families, immigrate to the United States too, where the kids learn to speak the language and become sort of culturally fluent, but the parents are not quite, and had a lot of really traumatic, honestly, experiences with the culture in France, which I don't think, means to be mean, but there is this, very critical, or there was, maybe it's changed now, but very critical kind of judgment of my parents in their not perfect proficiency of the language, right? Because they were just learning. My mom was like learning on the fly. She didn't speak any French when we moved there, and my dad had done some like college, I think, in high school French. So it was definitely difficult to communicate. It was definitely difficult to, I guess, like, because I knew I could be really good at school, and so that was also kind of difficult, because there was this culture of parents helping their kids with homework and stuff like that, because you always had to be like the best in France. I was telling my son, and we homeschool, and we don't have any sort of grade system or whatever, but there wasn't just a grade system, there was like a ranking system from the first grade, because that was my first official school year there. They would say like, and so is first of the class, and so is second. And sometimes I would be like second or third, which really pissed off the French parents, because, that was not my right as an American to be doing better at school. But I don't know, I'm good at following rules, and learning and memorization, and like, doing, pleasing people, which is something that I am trying to detoxify from in my adulthood. But so this song meant a lot to me. It took me a while to release, and it's obviously not the finished version of it. This is a demo, but it took some convincing for me to get it out into the world, because it's just very, close to my heart. As I suppose a lot of songs are, but it's like, it wasn't fresh. When I wrote it, it wasn't like I had just experienced it. It was something that I had experienced over many, many years, and it was sort of this distillation of so many years of my life. And so I had a little bit of resistance to releasing it. So it's beautiful that I ended up releasing it, and my distribution aid suggested this date because it was a Friday and, far off into the future enough that it made sense, and happened to be my older son's birthday. So I love it when those things happen. Anyway, let me know what you think about the song, and happy February 11th. Bye.